your brain, it works against you. I've realized that whenever I'm calm and whenever I'm at peace and whenever I'm feeling good with myself or comfortable, or whenever I'm happy, or whenever I'm, just liking the way life is going, right? Liking my current situation, just everything's going smoothly. And what I've realized is when I'm at this, state of mind where everything is fine and I feel good and everything is going my way, what happens is my brain, it tries to find something to be angry about. And I've realized this. It's searching for something that happened in my past, or something, that makes me stressed or makes me sad or makes me angry, or something, traumatizing, or something, to worry about. Maybe it's about my health, or maybe it's about, whatever. Maybe a way I talked to someone, or a way I affected someone negatively. And what happens is I get stressed and I get angry and I get sad, because my brain it's conditioned to worry. It's conditioned to find things, to search for things that's going to make me stressed, or it's going to make me depressed, or it's going to make me, feel bad about myself. And I don't know why it does this, and this is why I made this video, because your brain doesn't work with you. It's not your friend. It's actually your biggest enemy. At least, in my experience, my brain is here to get me, is here to, make me sad, or make me angry, or make me rage, or make me... It's not here to be my friend. It's here to be my enemy. It's here to make me stressed. It's here to make me, just feel bad about myself whenever I feel good. And I don't understand why my brain doesn't work with me. My brain is working against me. And the way I've been coping with this is I've been trying to fill myself, fill my brain with like good thoughts and positive thoughts, and not really paying attention to the negative ones and not giving it control. Because once you give power to your thoughts, once they, actually mean something, once you're telling yourself that your thoughts matter and your thoughts mean something, and you're giving it power, you're giving it control, you're giving it a way for it to control you, a way for it to negatively impact you. And what I keep telling myself is that my thoughts are just thoughts. They are not real. They're not, they're not reality. They're not what's really happening. They're twisted. And what I mean by twisted is we have certain memories. We have certain, experiences that we've had. And we don't quite remember it fully, or 100%. And it's not what really happened. We twist it in a way, so it's not really the full version of the reality of what really happened. Let's say, for example, a social interaction you had with someone, you might have, in your perspective, it might have gone really badly. It might have gone really embarrassing for yourself. Maybe you acted a fool, or maybe you said something really embarrassing, and in your perspective, it went horribly. But in someone else's perspective, it just went fine. Nothing really happened. Nothing negative happened. They don't even, reminisce or remember what happened. And it didn't have no effect on them. So this is why we shouldn't trust our thoughts, or we shouldn't trust our reality that we have in our head 100%. There has been many times where I've told myself, oh, why did I do that? That was so embarrassing. Oh, why did I say that? Oh, I bet that guy's thinking about me. I bet that guy, thinks I'm a bad person, or thinks this about me. And I bet you 100% that guy's probably not even thinking about you at all, or thinking about me at all. I think we think that we're like, people care about us, or people, are looking at us, or people, for the most part, I think most people are like me, okay? Where they're just focusing on themselves. They're just focusing on what happened to them, on their own experiences, or how people perceive them. That's what occupies their mind. So why should I worry about how people are perceiving me if most people are like me? If that makes sense. So there's no point in being like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have done this, or maybe I shouldn't have, or I embarrassed myself, or I said the wrong thing at the wrong time. So, no, why should we be worrying about these things when I feel like most people are like me? I feel like most people, they're just focusing on themselves and thinking that everyone's negatively perceiving them, when in fact they're just thinking about themselves. They don't really care about you, or they don't really remember you, or they're not really thinking of you, you know. And that really helps with the social anxiety, with the self-consciousness, with the, you know, with the bad thoughts, with the bad memories, or whatever bad happened, whatever, you know, embarrassing situation occurred. That really helps your mind just be at a just level head your thoughts, you know. It makes you really level-headed. And I feel like a lot of people, they're just like me. I'm not sure, you know, if they're like me or if they're similar to me. But it really helps me remember that, you know, people are just people. They're humans, okay? People are humans. We're fallible. We make mistakes. We're not perfect, okay? Sometimes we say the wrong thing. Sometimes we make mistakes. So sometimes, you know, we're irritated and annoyed, and we lash out at people by accident, and at the end of the day, you're not perfect. You're not perfect. No one is perfect, you know. We've all made mistakes. We've all, you know, failed at something. We've all, you know, I don't know, whatever happened in your past, just forgive yourself and stop, you know, completely, constantly battering yourself and putting yourself down because of something that happened a year ago, 2 years ago, you know. Just forgive yourself, man. If the Lord can forgive you, if God can forgive you, if Jesus can forgive you, you should be able to forgive yourself. Okay? Because at the end of the day, we're not perfect. We make mistakes. And the only thing we can really do is just look forward, look at the next day, and take it one day at a time. Remember, we're fallible. Remember, we make mistakes. Forgive ourselves and try to be better tomorrow. You know? That's the only thing you can really do. Except from that, you can't really change anything. Okay? Just remember that no one is perfect out there. They might pretend to be perfect. They might pretend to know everything and know, you know, all the facts about the world, and they might seem really emotionally, you know, mature, whatever, and you're like this kid that, you know, that makes mistakes and lashes out and is emotionally, you know, emotionally an emotional person. And we all get irritated and annoyed. Whenever I get annoyed, I'm not like this super aggressive person where, you know, I'm lashing out at everyone. I'm just saying, like, sometimes whenever I'm annoyed or whatever, I'm in a stressful situation, sometimes I don't behave 100% like a way I would like to, or in this controlled manner I would like to. And sometimes, you know, sometimes I say the wrong things, okay? I'm not perfect. I'm not, you know, I'm not this perfect man that's always, you know, doing the right thing 100% of the time. You know, I make mistakes. And I try to right my wrongs. I really do. I tell people, you know, to forgive me, you know, if I wrong them in any way. And what happened is, whenever I did that in the past, because I was a very hot-headed child, I was a very hot-headed teenager, I think I'm still kind of hot-headed now, is I end up saying things I regret to people. And it shouldn't be like that, you know. It's not something I'm proud of. It's not something I like to remember. But it has happened in the past, where I've been annoyed, I've been stressed, I've been irritated at something, and I lashed out at people. But I'm trying to forgive myself for what I've done in the past, and I can only be better today, and I can only be better tomorrow. And just try to not take life too seriously, because in the past I've taken it too seriously, and every little thing would just completely stress me out, and I would take it out on people. And that's no good. That's no good. There's no excuse for that. I shouldn't be doing that. But at the end of the day, I can't keep putting myself down because I did that in the past. I need to look forward and just try to be the best I can be. And you know, just try to be a person that even under stressful situations, or in situations that, you know, something stressful has occurred, or maybe someone, you know, offended you in a way, I'm slowly learning to control myself in a manner where if someone has offended me, even if it's on purpose, that's okay. You know, there's no need for me to be emotional about it. You know, it has no effect on me. The way people treat me, the way people talk to me, or the way people offend me, or if someone is being rude to me, that's on them. That's on them. That's not me, okay? I have no control over that. The only thing I can do is just be respectful, okay? Treating me in a bad way, treating me rudely, okay, bye. I have no need for you to be here. I'll just walk away. There's no need. There's no need to give that person fuel. There's no need. That person is waiting for a reaction. And then what I did in the past, I've reacted. And that person was probably happy because they wanted a reaction out of me. So what I'm slowly learning, if I wanna keep myself level-headed and calm and happy with myself, proud of myself, just walk away. There's no need for confrontation. You know, people, some people like to confront, to be, they have nothing going for them, so they just like to confront. It makes them feel better, and I have no need for that. You know, there's no necessity for that. I'm not in my life anyways. It's really hot in this car, by the way. Jesus, it's like 40 degrees in this car, but I think I've said all I wanted to say. I touched on a couple of subjects and just what I've been experiencing and the way I'm thinking and the way, you know, my brain is processing things and my own experiences, because now at the end of the day, all I can really do is that, you know, I can't do much else. I can't talk about you because I don't know you, but I can talk about my own experiences and just try and help people out. You know, that's all I can really do, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, if you've watched until now, you know, thank you for watching, and yeah, hopefully I was able to help you out with something, or I don't know, you know, just, yeah, I don't know. But thank you for watching, and on to the next video. I'm going to try and be posting more. I haven't been posting lately. YouTube is difficult, man, because I made this channel, tried to give advice, and I'm not at a point where I can really give advice. You know, I'm not this super, I'm not superior to you. My life isn't perfect at the moment. I'm having my ups and downs. I'm not this perfect guy. So who am I to be like on this pedestal and tell you guys to, you know, follow these steps or follow this guide? Like, who am I to say that? You know, my life is messed up, kind of. But hopefully just by me expressing myself and talking to you guys, hopefully it helps you in any way. I don't know. Yeah, boys. I don't know. Hopefully this video, you've liked it. You know, like and subscribe if you're still watching, and leave a comment. That really helps. You know, I like interacting with people on YouTube. I don't get enough interaction on my videos, but whenever I do, you know, I really do like it. You know, it just makes me feel like this community or whatever, and that's really helpful. Yeah, thank you for watching.